Hey, joyful seniors, what if I told you that the key to rocking your golden years isn't about kicking back with a cup of tea and calling it a day? Nope, it's about staring down some hard truths that might just light a fire under you. Today, we're diving straight into 7 tough pieces of advice for the elderly. Life lessons that don't pull punches, but promise to set you free. Because let's be real, you've earned a life that's not just good, but great. And it starts with getting honest. Think about it. How many times have you heard, "Oh, I'm too old to change," or caught yourself bending over backwards to keep everyone else happy? Maybe you're lugging around baggage from decades ago, or quietly hoping someone notices all you've given up. Sound familiar? Well, buckle up because we're flipping the script. These 7 nuggets of wisdom aren't here to coddle you. They're here to challenge you, to wake you up, and to remind you that your story's far from over. And stick with me because we've got a little something extra. A story about Maggie, a 72-year-old Tennessee gal who traded her apron for a paintbrush and found her spark again. No fluff, no lectures, just real talk and a roadmap to thriving, not just surviving. Whether you're 60, 70, or pushing 90, this is for you. So grab a coffee, or hey, a sweet tea if you're feeling southern, and let's get into it. Your best years? They're waiting, and they start right now. 7 tough pieces of advice for the elderly. Life advice. 1. Don't use age as an excuse to stop growing. First up, stop letting age be your get-out-of-jail-free card. I get it. I'm too old to learn TikTok, or my knees can't handle yoga. Sounds like a solid excuse, but here's the tough truth. Age isn't a brick wall, it's a speed bump. You're not done growing just because you got a few more candles on the cake. Take my buddy Frank. He's 78 and just picked up guitar. 6 months in, he's strumming Johnny Cash like nobody's business. Was it easy? Nope. Did he mess up? You bet. But he's proof you can still stretch yourself. Studies show seniors who try new things, like tech or crafts, keep their minds sharper and their spirits higher. So, what's your next move? Maybe it's downloading Duolingo for Spanish or hitting a pickleball court. Sure, it might feel awkward at first, but that's where the magic happens. Outside your comfort zone. The world's still spinning, and it's got room for you to jump back in. Don't let too old rob you of what's next. 2. Stop trying to please everyone. Next up, quit playing the people pleaser. You've spent years making sure the kids, the neighbors, the church group, everybody's happy. But at what cost? Your peace isn't a bargaining chip. Here's the deal. You can't control how folks feel, and chasing their approval is like running on a treadmill. You're wiped out and going nowhere. I knew a lady, Susan, who'd say yes to every family demand, babysitting, cooking, you name it, until she was a shell of herself. One day, she said no to hosting Thanksgiving. Guess what? The world didn't end. They figured it out, and she got a breather. It's not selfish, it's survival. Start small, skip that guilt trip call, or pass on a favor. You've earned the right to put your oxygen mask on first. Let them grumble, they'll get over it, and you'll get your joy back. 3. Let go of the past. Number 3, it's time to drop the past like a hot potato. We've all got baggage, regrets over that job you didn't take, a fight you can't undo, or a what-if that haunts you. But here's the kicker. Clinging to it doesn't change a thing, it just keeps you stuck. Picture this. You're hauling a suitcase of yesterday's mess while today's waiting with open arms. Let it go. Maybe write it down and burn it. Sounds dramatic, but it works. Or try forgiving, not for them, but for you. My Uncle Joe held a grudge for 20 years over a family feud. When he finally let it slide, he said it was like dropping 50 pounds. The past isn't your landlord. It doesn't get to charge rent in your head. Free up that space for now, because now's where the good stuff lives. 4. Don't live just for others. 4th, stop living like your life's a service hotline for everyone else. You've raised kids, helped grandkids, maybe cared for a spouse. Beautiful stuff. But your dreams? They're not expired? Too many seniors I know pour every ounce into others and forget they've got a pulse too. Ever wanted to see Italy? Take that watercolor class? Do it. My neighbor Linda was the family rock, until she wasn't. At 65, she booked a solo cruise. Her kids flipped, "Mom, what about us?" She smiled and said, "You've got this." And she sailed off. Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates to your own happiness. You're not abandoning anyone. You're just claiming your turn. Life's too short to be a martyr, so grab that bucket list and start checking boxes. 5. Find balance in sexual health. 5th, and yeah, we're going there. Balance your sexual health. It's not over just because you're not 30. Intimacy, desire, connection, they don't punch a retirement card. But let's keep it real. Things change. Maybe it's less fireworks, more slow burn. Talk to your partner, awkward, sure, but worth it. Single? That's cool too. Self-care's still on the table. Doctors say staying active in this department boosts mood and health, so don't shy away. I heard about a guy, Tom, 69, who thought that ship had sailed until he and his wife took a couples workshop. They laughed, they learned, they reconnected. No shame, just honesty. Your body's still yours. Treat it right, and it'll surprise you. 6. Don't expect recognition for your sacrifices. 6th, quit waiting for a gold star for all you've done. You've given up sleep, savings, sanity, hero stuff. But here's the cold truth. Nobody's throwing you a parade, and that's okay. The value's in what you did, not the applause. My mom cared for my dad through Alzheimer's, years of it. She never got a thanks from him. He couldn't give it. But she found peace knowing she showed up. Expecting a pat on the back sets you up for heartbreak. Flip it. Do it because it's who you are, not what you'll get. That's where the real strength lives. Quiet, steady, yours. 7. Practice gratitude and compassion daily. Last one. Make gratitude and compassion your daily bread. It's not fluffy, it's fuel. Waking up thankful for coffee, a sunny day, or just breathing, that shifts everything. Add compassion for yourself when you're creaky, for the grumpy cashier. It softens the edges. Try this. Jot 3 things you're grateful for every night. My friend Clara, 82, swears by it. Says it turned her cranky mornings into gold. Compassion's the bonus. A smile, a kind word, forgiving your own slip-ups. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. These habits, they're your secret sauce for a life that glows. Now, let's talk Maggie, a 72-year-old firecracker from Tennessee. Picture her. Silver hair, sharp tongue, always baking pies that smelled like heaven. Her small town dubbed her the Helper. She nursed folks through flu seasons, raised 3 kids, and never said no. But by 70, Maggie was fading. Her sacrifices a ghost nobody saw. One rainy afternoon, she found an old sketchbook in her attic. Pages yellowed but screaming potential. I'm too old, she thought. Then tossed that excuse out the window. She signed up for an art class. Her family griped, no more pies on demand, but she stopped apologizing. She let go of a bitter divorce, said no to endless favors, and even flirted with a widower, Sam, over paintbrushes. Gratitude became her lifeline. Every sunrise, every stroke. At 72, she held her first art show. Her kids showed up, jaws dropped, but Maggie didn't need their awe. She'd already found hers on that creaky porch, canvas in hand. Maggie's story? It's all 7 lessons in action. She didn't let age stop her, quit pleasing the crowd, dropped her past, lived for herself, balanced her needs, forgot the applause, and leaned into gratitude. The big takeaway? Tough advice isn't a slap. It's a shove toward freedom. You don't need permission or perfect timing. Maggie didn't. You don't either. It's about owning your life, one bold step at a time. Here's my 2 cents. I've watched friends bloom in their 70s and 80s when they grabbed these truths. My aunt started gardening at 75. Messy, glorious chaos. It's not selfish to choose you. It's life-giving. I bet you got a Maggie spark in there waiting to catch. What's holding it back? I'd love to hear. Well, joyful seniors, there you have it, our 7 tough truths to chew on. Let's run it back real quick. Don't hide behind your age. It's not a stop sign. Quit bending over backwards to please everyone. Your peace comes first. Let the past go. It's not paying rent in your head. Stop living just for others. Your dreams deserve airtime. Balance that sexual health. Yep, it's still a thing. Don't wait for a thank you for all you've sacrificed. The reward's already yours. And finally, weave gratitude and compassion into every day. They're the glue that holds it all together. Then there's Maggie, our Tennessee Spitfire who traded pies for paint and showed us these aren't just words. They're a way to live loud and proud. Here's the bottom line. You're not too old, too tired, or too anything to make these yours. Your golden years aren't a fade out. They're a spotlight, and it's shining on you right now. I know this stuff's tough. It's not all sunshine and bingo nights. But that's the beauty of it. Facing the hard stuff head on is what fuels the joy. You've got more grit, more heart, and more life in you than you might think. Maggie didn't wait for a green light. She hit the gas. So can you. So, what's your move? Pick one of these 7 and run with it. Maybe it's saying no this week or scribbling a gratitude list tonight. Drop it in the comments. I'm dying to hear what sticks with you. If this hit home, smash that like button, subscribe to The Joyful Senior, and share it with a friend who needs a nudge or a shove. We're in this together, building a community where seniors don't just survive, they thrive. Let's keep the joy rolling. See you in the next one.